Yo, what's going on, guys? Look, it's Tristan here, back with another video, another DPL type video. So if you're a DPL fan or just someone interested in DPL that don't know about DPL, or if you're just interested in watching the video, hey, I accept you. But yes, so DPL video time. Gen 8 is here and DPL has returned. We are in the winter season, DPL season 3, and as we have here, inside the minds of DPL season 3 captains. Gen 8 edition, because DPL is back. DPL season 2 was won by the Crusaders and King L5 and Dougal and all their coaches alike. And now we have some old competition, new competition. We have a lot of competition. That's what we have here today. If you do not know, DPL is just like Smogon Premier League, where people get auctioned off, and if they're auctioned off to a team, the team creates drafts and they proceed to fight other teams during the season. And yeah, you get the gist. You know, it's best out of 7s. With Gen 8, it's three Sword Shield games, 2 ORAS games, and 2 Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon games. So basically, yeah, there we have it. If you don't remember my last video, hey, go check it out. If not, hey, doesn't matter. We here. We focus on here now. Like I said, we have 10 teams here vying to be Season 3 captains. Or captains, champions. They already are captains. We already went through that process. But anyways, first off, we have the reigning defending champions of the Crusaders, captained by King L5 and Dougal. Then we have returning captains, Hiker Toad and Jake, to be not the Jerry Evolution, but the Droppin W's. Then we have the returning captains of Genius X and Cake Crick with Zero Fox Given. And then mostly for everyone else, it's a bunch of new captains, or at least one captain of old and new. Doesn't matter. But anyways, I'm just going to go off these lists here. We have the BBC Kings. Best name, by the way. Maybe. Who knows? BBC Kings, captained by Gypsy King and Maddie Brolic. Then we have the Tinted Titans, captained by Zern and Specky, Specs King, Specs Crange. All of them apply. Doesn't matter. Then we have Bibs, captained by Draw 15, Draw Go. Doesn't matter. Both of them work. The most successful DPL player in the past 2 seasons, along with Sky. Then we have the 511s, captained by Leo, 6-foot Hacks, and Harris. I don't know Harris that well, but hey, Harris, how's it going? Then we have Alakazam IQ, captained by Halu and Wombo. Then we have Kakuna Rattata. It doesn't matter. But Kakuna Rattata is captained by TTM Jolt and Shuckle King. Then, last but not least, we have Trick of Eye, a returning team with the same captain with IA, but he brought his cohort along with Illusion to make up the remaining Trick of Eye. So yeah, so if you do not know, hold on, let's go over here, please. There we go. It's almost draft time, maybe. But yeah, draft date this Saturday, December 28th, 2019, 9:30 a.m. EST, which sucks for PST people, but hey, we live through it. Australians probably have the worst of this, but hey, it don't matter. Don't matter. As of right now, 250 players exactly have applied to be a captain. Not a captain, a coach. A coach in the auction. They're going to be 250 people in the auction, bare minimum. There might be more people that sign up. If you want to sign up and you haven't already, feel more than free, my guys. Hey, because this is going to be a hell of an experience. It don't matter. Yeah, so that's about it. Next, I just figured I got in contact with most of the captains. I got in contact and asked questions to 16 out of 20, I believe. 20 or 4 out of those 20 that didn't reply, or they did reply, but then they didn't proceed to answer questions. It makes me question my self-worth, but it's okay. We'll live through it. I just know who I'm not giving my playoff bids to. But hey, just kidding. Good luck to everyone. But yeah, so I asked them all questions, and I basically got composed of everything that I could basically get. A lot of questions there's a question I messed up on asking coaches, but anyways, I take the answers from their questions and I get the gist of it. I basically set up a small kind of go through, and yeah. So basically, first off, I asked them what's their initial thoughts on Gen 8. Well, the common themes, which was shared by many people, were that for DPL in for the teams itself, whoever finds out what Pokemon and drafts work the best will have the most success. Then we have a lot of, I didn't really think that this was going to go through, or I didn't think about this was like a big factor or was going to be a recurring theme, but I got plenty of answers saying that there's going to be a lot of upsets in Gen 8 games if for people that who have high expectations in Gen 8, if they're going to be in Gen 8 versus others. But people say that Gen 8 games are going to be wildly unpredictable and that it can cause many upsets. Next, Gen 8A. A lot of opportunities will come and they will be for new players or just unknown players, those 5Ks or those cheap boys that no one really thinks about but then do really well. Them. They're going to have a lot of opportunities. We're going to have some showouts today. And especially, I didn't realize this until about 2 hours ago, and I've taken about a couple weeks to ask questions and try to get familiar with DPL rules and such. But I figured out 2 hours ago that, hey, instead of 7 to 9 players are going to be auctioned off or auctioned and brought onto new team, it's 8 to 12. A lot of people can be auctioned onto teams. It's going to be insane. So a lot of opportunities. Be hyped for that if you are one of those guys that do get those opportunities. Make the best of it, my guys. And last but not least, having a balanced team, not like the Pokemon teams, but the balanced team within the captain's team is going to be more important than ever. That's what everyone gave me. Now that's what they gave me, and I interpreted. A lot of people felt that way. Next, how does it affect the auction? Well, hey, Gen 8. Well, Gen 8 is here. DPL doesn't change that much. We have 3 gens to play with now. Flexibility is a huge factor when it comes to it. If you sure, there's some people that could play Gen 7 or 6, but if you can't be able to flexing on those haters and be flexible within what generations you can play, well, that's probably gonna hurt your stock, and especially with the captains. Well, hey, guess what? Gen 8 has been here for about a month and a half, maybe less. I don't know. I'm not going to care about it. But maybe 2 months. Who knows? It doesn't matter. There are no established Gen 8 players. So having great Gen 8 knowledge, knowing different items that were added, knowing different moves and move pools that are with Mons now, knowing different items. Did I say items already? But it doesn't matter. New Pokemon, knowing the ins and outs of Gen 8 will help you out. And if you could show the captains that you have that Gen 8 knowledge, drop it on them, your stock's gonna go up. And then last but not least, previous gen players might be a priority because hey, we have Gen 8 having 3 games, but that means Gen 7 and Gen 6 those 2 gens have the majority of the games being played of the week. So maybe Gen 7 and 6 might be more important than Gen 8. But hey, you know what? It's all about the W's in the end. Of course, every team wants to come away with a 7-0, and they want to get wins in every single generation. That's what matters. How things don't change for the auction in the mindsets of the captains, of course, is skill should be translated. That's the idea that they want to get across, or that they have, and it's completely agreeable. There's no reason that skill should not translate. It's Pokemon after all. It's an RNG based game, but you just have to know the stuff. It's there's no as we saw, a lot of Gen 6 players had success in Gen 7. A lot of Gen 7 players had success in Gen 6 in terms of flip flopping around. Why should it change in Gen 8? Simple stuff like that. And last but not least, comfortability. Captains aren't gonna draft a Gen 6 player and tell them to go to Gen 8. Like, if they're not going to do that, you know? So they're going to consider who's going to be comfortable where, and yeah, it goes like that. Comfortability and flexibility kind of go hand in hand, but they're not the same. Like, you could be comfortable and still get drafted. You could be comfortable in a format, yet still be drafted, but being flexible, you could be flexible in all three and still be drafted. It doesn't matter. They kind of go. They don't go hand in hand together, but they have their pluses and minuses. So yeah, with that, how does it affect the battles? Like, how does it affect the battles? Like, who's going to be put where, and this, that, others, doesn't matter. Captains, their thought processes, they take things week by week, you know? Hey, they'll figure out who they want to put where. It all depends on comfortability as well. I brought it up in the last slide. Here it is in this one. It doesn't matter. But comfortability is a main factor, because you're not going to put someone in that playing Gen 8 in Gen 7 where they aren't comfortable at all, because they have to focus on Megas and Zs, Z Stones or Z Crystals. Yeah, like Mega Stones and Z Crystals in Gen 7, that's like a huge variety right there, while Gen 8, it has neither of those. So really, it's like comfortability is a huge factor in it. Possibly in this DPL season, scouting is going to be the biggest thing possible. Like, you have to realize with these different, like with the formats and such, having 3 Gen 8 games, 2 Gen 7, 2 Gen 6 games, the amount of teams for each gen is actually condensed by 1, I believe. So I believe Gen 8 is going to have 4 teams, and Gen 7 and 6 are going to have 2 teams each. Or no, not 2 teams, 3 teams that are like drafted. So scouting and seeing what teams, like what captains want to put players where, what players like what teams, scouting could be a huge factor in this season. And hey, the best people, the best captains could possibly get those predictions right and help their team out. Risk versus reward considerations. This is more so pointing towards, hey, do we want to put our best Gen 7 or Gen 6 player in a Gen 8 game? Do you really want to risk the really good Gen 7, Gen 6 player that is more or less likely going to get a win in Gen 7 and Gen 6 in a Gen 8? You have to think of these kind of risk and rewards. Like, do you want to risk them in Gen 8 where they don't know if what could really happen, or maybe it's you do it just to get a secured win in a different gen, or who, doesn't matter. Risk versus reward is huge, and they will think about it. Good drafts within the teams make decisions easier. If a team is so dominant, for the draft at least, so if the draft is dominant for the team, they're going to have a really easy decision and to make when it comes to team building and such. And yeah, no, the best teams always win. Next, the new names for, like I brought up a couple slides ago. Hey, opportunities are coming, you know. 8 to 12 coaches will be drafted for each team. It's that simple. The new names will pop up. That simple. How does Gen 8 affect the captains and their expectations of their players? Some new expectations. A, they want comfortability and knowledge of Gen 8. Pretty simple. I don't really have to explain that one. Willingness to learn Gen 8. If you're not going to want to learn Gen 8, then that's not really putting yourself as a team asset, and it hurts your team overall more than helping your team. Yeah, no matter what, just think of your team in that case. Like, hey, maybe they need you for a Gen 8 game. Well, you better learn it. Then last but not least, creativity and wanting to experiment in Gen 8. Gen 8 doesn't really have a meta. It does not have a set rhyme or reason such as Gen 7, where it's like, hey, let's throw Tapu Koko, Mega Medicham, or Tapu Koko, Mega Alakazam. Like a lot of these teams really worked out together and such. As like a lot of teams, Gen 8 does not have that. You know, Gen 8 just doesn't have a lot of known factors. So being able to be creative with your sets, or being able to experiment to see what works and what doesn't. If you have that factor, then you're going to be a lot better off into Gen 8. Not so new experience. Well, if you're skilled, hold your own. It kind of simple. Like you have expectations to be filled. If you are a Gen 7 or 6, get like a really good player in Gen 7, Gen 6, and you falter in Gen 8, you don't really get a pass, you know? Your skill should keep you on top of your game for your team. Simple as that. They want. Oh no. Oh wait, no. Yeah, I thought I had a typo. Doesn't matter. They want to have. They want to have flexible players. They want to have flexible players. I guess I don't know. Doesn't matter. Flexibility. I already brought this up. I'll bring it up again. Doesn't matter. And then yes, not so new expectation number 3. Be active when it comes to anything Gen 8. As you are wanted to be active in Gen 7 and 6 for last season, hey, it's all part of the learning experience. Help your teammates. Be a good teammate and for your own team. Simple as that. Now, what do the captains want in their coaches that they draft from the auction? I'll let you take a second as I get some water and just read over this list, and I'll tell you something that's a recurring factor here. Alright, so if you watch my last DPL video and you look at the list I have for like what the captains want in their players from last video to this video, it's the fucking same. So yeah, just saying, captains want the same things in their players. I asked for the three best qualities. Well, this is what I got from the 3 best qualities. It stays the same. It doesn't matter that we have new captains. It doesn't matter whatsoever. Does not matter. They all want. I could throw these 10 words at captains. They will agree that they want all 10 of these. I only asked for 3, but all 10 of them will want this. And then shout out to Sky, who Sky. His words were pretty. How do I put it? They're pretty relatable to the 10 above what he said, but I felt like it was too amazing not to put in just an honorable mention for just why not? Hey, these are his words, not mine. Just saying. And then note to everyone: if you want to be on Zero Fox Given, you must like Anna Kendrick. Just saying. Just saying. Not from me. It's from K-Crick. Just saying. But yeah, so I shouldn't have to explain this. Consistent skill, reliable, good active present, team player, clutch, prep ability, motivation, flexibility, good attitude, and being creative. Like, it's simple stuff. I don't have to explain this. And then note to you guys, if you do not get drafted, it's not saying that you don't have those qualities I just put on there. This auction is cutthroat, and the captains have a lot of different things to focus on while maintaining an 8 to 12 person roster with the amount of players that have signed up. Going off to the 250 number, only 32 to 48%, somewhere in that range, will be drafted out of the entire player pool. And that's not saying, hey, you have a 32 to 48% chance to get drafted. No, not even close. I'm just saying 32 to 48 of the pool will get drafted. It doesn't translate to how likely you will be drafted. Anyways, give the captain some slack. Don't blame yourselves either if you don't get drafted. Instead, go try and get your name out to increase your chances, whether it's before the draft or for the midseason. Doesn't matter. Do your best to be you and to just show the captains that you deserve to be drafted. That simple. Well, now that I showed what the captains want in their players, this is what you should expect to see in your from your captains. I asked them what they should be doing to create a winning environment, and this is what they gave me. The captain should have skill. Pretty simple. If they're not skillful, then they aren't really contributing to the team, considering that the captains have to play. Oh, my bad. The captains play one game a week. You know, it's just kind of like that. Captains play one game a week. If they're not skillful, they're not giving you a +1. You know, they need to motivate you guys. They need to have good decision-making skills when it comes to team building or draft building or who to play every week. They need to have those decision-making skills. Or if they need to bench someone or cut the person from the team entirely, they need to make those hard decisions, and they need to have those skills. They need to be dependable. You need to be able to talk to them. They need to be active. Everything like that. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Be able to make oh my god, yeah, no, that's the that's the problem right there. Finally, there's a problem. I thought it was fine. Doesn't matter. Okay, being able to establish a team environment, be positive, grow together as a team. It's not a one person doing above everyone in this. It's everyone is together in this. This is what DPL is all about. Confidence. Just be confident, you know? Hey, confidence is key, you know? Sometimes it is. Lead by example. If your captain is trashing, then don't trash. It just, the captain is the person that you should look up to follow in their steps. And if they can't do that, then hey, it might not be a good season for them. They should be helpful. They should be level-headed. They shouldn't be losing their shit on stupid stuff. Simple as that. Activity, if they aren't active, then that sucks. Then, last but not least, identification skills. Whether that comes to win cons and prep, whether it comes to players in the auction, like who they could possibly get for a low price. It all matters. Being able to identify many things is just huge. And then honorable mention, well, genius. Now that other captains know that they should expect to have a level of shit talking against them. Well, because that is what Genius X said. Yeah. Well, I didn't think I would have to make this last part here, but yeah. Apparently, not being sure about the auction rules led to a 60k Gypsy King last season. And I'm not saying Gypsy King is not worth 60k, but it was the manner of how he got to 60k, as a captain last season just hit that huge mark. And it's like, what the fuck? Anyways, auction tips. I asked captains. Hey, I asked some. I forgot to ask others. Oh well. Proper upbids. Hey, don't upbid if you don't plan to take someone, and because you're to be chopped with someone and it'll suck. Don't have unreasonable expectations. I was told not to have this expectation that, hey, I'm going to get this person 100% because, hey, what if you don't? Just simple. Then we have get people that will help the team. It's all about teamwork. That's why you auction, and that's why you get people to get on the team. Value people correctly. Some people are not worth as much as they get, and you have to know that. With that, you have to know the cheaper value players. You're not saying that the cheap value players aren't good, but hey, they're good value for cheap. If you know that, then you get it. And then know the rules. This probably could have been the first one I talked about, but hey, know the rules. You don't bid on someone based on their last. I don't know. I don't even know the reasoning why Gypsy was brought up to 60k the way he was. But yeah, know the rules. Don't be like, hey, let's go from 40 to 60 just because, hey, I thought that the starting point was like 45 or something. What? I don't even know. But anyways, don't bid against each other, captains. Like, that's probably gonna happen. Like, hey, but whatever, it's fine. And above all else, all captains for the auction should draft Ace Trainer Josh. Woo! Yeah. You know what? I don't even have to go into reasons why, but you know, I will. 4 easy reasons why. Look at that guy. Like, this isn't him, by the way. But if I did have to compare him to anyone, he is a young Antonio Banderas. Look at that guy. Pure snack. Anyways, well, what else can I say? What else can I say? Just pure snack. What else can I say? Pure skill. He has played against top people. He has many championships going through IPA, ICL, which is a lower league, but hey, it was skilled. And ICL, then we have the GPC. He's in the Hive, LD. He has skill. He's able to fight the best, and he will give it a shot. Whether he wins or not, you know that you could put him with someone, and he will have a fighting chance. Creativity. Look at that gingerbread house he made literally last night with his girlfriend. Like, if he put so much creativity in that with his house, you could already know. You already fucking know that he will be creative in his prep. And he will, he'll help out with the team as well. And that leads for DPL history. What can I say? He joined season 2. He got best newcomer. He went 6-2, 6-1 in the regular season. He was thrown between Oras and Usam. It doesn't matter. Like, his DPL history is fantastic. You know, sure, he doesn't have a championship or anything, but hey, it doesn't matter. It does not matter, because just look at his stats. I don't have them here. You could do that research for yourself. He went 6-1 in the regular season. He won best newcomer. He flipped around between Oras and Usam. It doesn't matter. You know, and just as a member of Zero Fox Given in season 2, he got nothing but great reviews from his teammates, from his captains. It does not matter. Josh is amazing. Captains, draft his ass. Woo! Okay. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. This is the end of the video. This is the last thing I'm going to put out here. I'm not going to go through all these. I'm going to leave this here, and yeah, just thank you guys for watching. Yeah, and oh my god, thank you guys for watching. Thank you to the captains once again for letting me ask you all these questions and making this video. I take it like a pretty. I take it within myself. I am very happy to be able to go through. I have the inspiration to want to do something like this. I want to go into Gen 8. I want to talk to the captains. I want to get their insight. I want to be able to present it to you guys, and all that. You know, for that, it makes me feel happy that I could spread the knowledge that I've learned onto everyone else, whether it's new captains, whether it's players in DPL, or new players that want to be drafted in the DPL. You know, it doesn't matter to me. I'm happy that I got to spread the knowledge that I gained onto everyone else. DPL is something amazing that was created, and it's a huge thing, and it is my pleasure to be able to make this. As you can see, most of these captains here, they have similar feelings, and yeah, you know, I have nothing else to say. Two captains that did have something to say that I did not put on here, more or less for space, but Jake said that the Brodoms are easily free. No, Brodoms is winning the chip for free, so shots fired. And then last but not least, we had Halu, who said if you have a Galarian Darmancer to send him a message, but Galarian Darm was banned in DPL. So yeah, anyways, that's it for me, guys. I hope you really enjoyed this. It was my pleasure once again. I'm Lucas Tristan. I'll see you guys later. Hopes here for a successful DPL season. Bye.